back. A lot of stuff to look at. Really, I just had one extra thing I wanted to do on this tonight. Yeah, this one may or may not work. We will see. And to its credit, it is finding faster stuff. But I don't know about this longer term. I do know that this one is good. One is very good. So, yeah. Howdy. How's it going? Just answering a couple things, and then I have just a few things that I want to try today. A few things to improve on. Whew. Progress. Removing JE. Removing JE is actually working. It's working pretty darn well. Yeah. This is without JE. Very solid. I want to try. I'm gonna try something here. I'm just gonna guess on some things, and we're gonna see. You don't run ads anywhere. No, I don't. If you're getting ads, it's because Twitch is running ads. I don't think I've been to a Burger King or a McDonald's in 20 years. We'll do this for linear. If it's like 0 to 1. Linear is probably just a constant, right? In and out, I haven't been to in, I don't know, 8 or 10 years probably. My diet has been pretty damn good lately. I mean, it depends if you consider, lean red meat good, because there's a decent amount of that, but overall it's been pretty good. Actually, the hardest thing with how I'm eating is I gotta gain 10 pounds back. I have no idea how the hell I gained 10 pounds back. Because all my gym equipment's getting here tomorrow. It's gonna be real nice. Okay, so this is uniform power of 2. Water weight? No, I mean gain. I have to gain 10 pounds of muscle back. 32, 5, so 5 over 2 is, I mean, obviously 2. That's actually not bad. I think that's actually not going to be bad. Then uniforms, 5. Home gym, yeah. Nice home gym. And actually, I'm getting a fair bit. There's a lot of equipment I gotta get soon, but for now, for where I am here, ML6. Where's this with the cables? So one of these, but it comes with cables. Uh, yeah, this thing. Pretty freaking solid. This is like everything you'll need for a home gym setup. This is for here where I don't have a ton of space. I already have a setup in California where I go. And my family's place in Maryland, well, that's going to be another story. My connection is poor in the desert. Texas desert. I think Texas was a desert. Okay, so these have 0.5 scale on them. Yeah, a lot of these are just scaled to 0.5. It's this one. Log normal. Oh. 10. So this would give you like an 0.1. I guess we'll try it for now. Linear gets 0.25. Power and log. And then what about logit? We don't really have many logits, or we won't once we're done with this, but logit normal. I think 0.5 is what we did. Thinking of starting a YouTube channel. I mean, you could. I don't know if I would necessarily bother. I would generally think it's way more productive to put time into actually like learning and building stuff. Okay, so this is something here. Now we have auto options for everything. I don't know, if I were you, I would just focus on getting some good engineering in, building some good stuff. Much better use of time. horizon. Yeah, we'll not sweep this thing yet. Okay, so I want to run this on some stuff. I think we can commandeer a machine for this. Okay, so I think box 0 should be free by now. Box 0 or box 4? Yeah, so there was an internet DC or whatever. That's fine. Check out dev. Okay. Tap. Breakout. Auto scale. Okay. So next thing I want to add. Undo the auto scale. I'd probably be more documenting my work. I mean, I can show you what I did when I was way younger. Like, the thing is, it didn't really do that much. Like, I don't know if this really did very much. Where is it? Fuck. I could have sworn I had a website. Huh. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I don't know why it didn't show up before. But, like, I documented some stuff like this. You know, I put some stuff like this. Just an old Weebly site. Something like this is fine. I remember I did this. This was like a little 3-day project. I made like a little CLI wrapper. Used it for freaking anime pictures. Because high school cringe. I think I was 16 in this photo. I mean, you can't really see as much now because I lost a bunch of weight with pneumonia, but I'm up 40 pounds now versus that picture at about the same height. I actually have the same stupid haircut now as there because I just haven't been out to get my haircut in months. We want E3B sweeps. E3B coef has to get tuned. Yeah, I used a Mac all through high school until, I mean, the thing is, I majorly compensated for it. I majorly compensated for it. So this is what I did, you know, right as soon as I graduated before college. I built this thing, this like crazy monstrosity. SLI water cooled. And then I had, this was my laptop I used in the first couple years of college. Yeah, don't water cool. It's not worth it. I wouldn't even suggest an all-in-one necessarily for the CPU. I'd just go with an air cooler. Actually, the probably like here, what would I get on like a reasonable budget? 50. Where's the stupid thing? Here it would be like this with You say 5070 Ti. Well, it depends what you're using it for. 8-core. The CPU is freaking nice, but if you wanted to save some, you'd do this. Okay, I wouldn't do the all in the liquid. You do air cool. And probably 64. And a 2 terabyte. Something like that. So take off, 500-ish, 600-ish if you build it yourself. Just over $2,000 probably for something decent. Like decent enough. Yeah. It's cheaper to build it yourself. You can go ahead and build stuff yourself. I've built like 6 or 7 systems at this point. It's no longer worth my time, right? But I do think it's a good thing for, people to have built their own machines. But like literally think about it, right? So if we take this to its logical conclusion, if I'm going to order 40 machines, if I were to build 40 machines, right? Let's say I build 2 machines a day, right? I can probably do 3 machines a day, and you have to install them and everything as well and set them up. So let's say I build 3 machines a day. That's more reasonable. That's still going to take me like 2 weeks, right? So 2 weeks of work. It's not worth my time. Oh, I have it right here. Perfect. Time steps. This. Seven. Protein. Maximize score. Cool. What? Map size. Perfect. So hopefully this is good. We should have some sweeps going here now. Check our ablations. Got puffer breakout. A sweep. And we've got puffer grid. X is better than Twitch on mobile. It's funny because Twitch is supposed to be the optimized streaming platform. Kind of a mess up. It's kind of weird that this is 7 or 8 score. The heck? Puffer breakout auto scale. Did I run the wrong thing? Puffer breakout. Slowly loses time. That's funny. Something's very weird here if this is stuck at 6. I guess that's probably like random or something. I mean, we'll give it a little bit because... But that's weird. Why would it get stuck at 6 in particular? Yeah, there we go. So score, this is good. This one makes sense. Yeah, I'm a bit confused with this one. I'm a bit confused. Oh, did I forget use E3B? Hang on, I think I might have done a stupid. And we're good. We got use E3B on here. It's fine. These learning rate spreads are fine. Fine. These coefficient spreads are all fine. Yeah, I actually don't know what this, what's wrong with this thing. I guess I can try to run it. Yeah, we don't get stuck at 5. Meeting with a guy who invented a drill with no moving parts next week that's 10 times faster than a regular drill. What? A drill with no moving parts. With no moving. It vibrates or something? Does it vibrate? Yeah, I would assume so, but I assume that there's a cheat in there, right? It has to move to go through material. What's your recent breakthrough? It's been a while since I tuned in. Which one? We've got multiple. I think we're going to be able to replace generalized advantage estimation in PPO, and I think we also have state-of-the-art hyperparameter tuning. Oh, plasma, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Solves all problems. But yeah, 2 major breakthroughs. And I came up with a 3rd algorithm idea today. Yeah, I know, right? And by the way, here's the coolest part. We replaced JE, gamma and lambda go poof. No more hyperparameters added back to replace them. 2 of the top 3 most fiddly hyperparameters, poof, gone. Never to be seen again in RL. Pretty cool, right? I think that the first major general algorithmic advancement since 2017 would be worth that would be worth something. I think that would definitely be worth taking a look at Puffer for. Are you going to publish this? I'll probably write a blog post. I'm sick of conferences. They're such a waste of time. Because here's the funny thing. I don't think that this is going to be like a once in a blue moon occurrence where like I never come up with more crazy discoveries. I think this is now going to be like the standard is that these things happen quickly because Puffer's just at the point to support it. I would love to know what's wrong with this sweep though. Side by side. So I think the only thing I want to get done tonight is to compare these side by side. Very exciting. Yeah, thank you. I've been hard at work on this stuff, you know? It's a lot of work, but it's gonna be something cool. Like I said, we are gonna make reinforcement learning stable and consistent this year. That is Puffer's goal. You know, these are the level of results that I need to have to justify myself doing this versus anything else, right? It's like if I'm really, really powering the field, then I think I can justify to myself, you know, spending the last couple of years of my 20s working on this. I like solo building stuff, so it's pretty cool. What do you see after? Well, I solve RL, like I fix RL, and I don't know. Hopefully, I make enough money in the process of doing this, even though it's all open source, right? Hopefully, I still make enough money in the process of doing this that I'll just be set and I can, you know, start a lab in whatever other to like power whatever other areas of science and research I feel like. I don't think I'm really the type to work in like a big company environment, so I probably will just keep floating around like solving various things in different research areas. Hard tech next? Could be hard tech next. I'd probably have to go back and learn some math. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how quickly AI takes off, right? If AI solves everything in the next few years, then there won't be a need. But if it takes longer, then yeah, I could go back. I could go learn some math. Would only take me a few months, I would imagine, to get to be at least passably decent. Like if I really wanted to learn, not like theoretical proof-based math, not math department math, but if I wanted to get like passably decent enough at engineering math and like engineering stats to be able to do some stuff, I think I could do that in a few months. All the money you're gonna make. Yeah, well, right now though, we don't really charge very much. It's like it's starting, I 10, 20K a month, stuff like that for support contracts. But you know, if Puffer's the place to come for RL, eventually we're going to get a $10 million contract from somebody who like wants us to optimize the power grid or something, right? If we're really the place to go for RL. So there's still plenty of money, like plenty of prospects for Puffer to become very, very profitable. I don't hate money. Money's good. It's just not the primary objective of Puffer. Going around RLC, everyone says tabula rasa doesn't work. That's because they all write shit code. Like literally open any RL researcher's code, it sucks. That's why it doesn't work. It's because they don't know how to build stuff. We have tabula rasa and it works instantly. Tabula rasa means blank slate. So it means learning from scratch. It's like these people go around saying, oh, tabula rasa is dead, this didn't work, that didn't work. You never even tried. You never even tried. And the proof of that is the pace at which I'm making breakthroughs, right? Like, I'm really not a genius. Like, if you guys had actually tried, I wouldn't be able to be making these breakthroughs so quickly. Like, do you see all the dumb shit I do on stream? I'm not like some crazy math guru with like, you know, arcane formula that have never been seen before by anyone in the field. No, I'm just like, this is a 6 deep nested for loop. That would be better if it weren't nested 6 deep. I'm gonna fix that. Hun dun diddly do. And it works. Continuous control feels fundamentally harder. We are actually testing whether it is fundamentally harder right now, and we have continuous control integrations. That will be expanded going forward. Honestly, I think continuous control is pretty easy. It's going to be pretty easy when we get the engineering right. Games are way harder. Like solving Dota from scratch is way harder than controlling a humanoid. Efficiency gains in algos? Nope. Efficiency gains in simulation and not wasting time on, like, I don't know, running Python for loops. Some efficiency gains in the algorithms, maybe. But I think we can solve a lot just as is. I mean, it's like when you actually look at the code, like you say, oh man, that like robotics, that looks really hard, right? That's like, and then you open their code and it's the worst thing you've ever seen. And you're like, oh, you guys aren't doing anything. There's no way that you have any idea what you're doing if this is your code looks like, because I have no idea what this code does at all either. I don't think anybody has any idea. So you just have this 10,000 lines of garbage that you don't know what it does, that everything else is built on top of, and you think that you don't just have tons and tons of errors in there that are preventing you from doing anything? Oh, you silly. Stop writing bad code. Just stop writing bad code. It's that easy. And the crazy thing is when I say stop writing bad code, like, I'm not even asking you to use I'm not asking you to use any advanced techniques. You don't need to go learn meta programming. You don't go need to like read these 10 books of object oriented design or functional pro. You literally need to write fucking for loops and if statements, not in Python, that take the data and return the data that you need without nesting 5 functions deep for no reason. That like call each other in a circle or something. It's not hard. Uh, I mean, literally, like I will open the code bases, right? And I'll be like, all right, so this inherits from this, which inherits from this, which inherits from this. And this function calls this function, which is a wrapper for this function, which calls the superclasses function here, which calls this other superclasses function, which does nothing. Grand total of nothing for all of that, repeatedly. Give a crap about your code? Yeah, literally, that's it. That's all you gotta do, and you win. That's honestly the only way that I got better. And like it took me a long time because I'm incredibly, incredibly stubborn. And I basically refuse to take advice from anybody. But just caring about my code got me there eventually. SP3? Oh, SP3 is not good, my friend. SP3 is no good. I don't recommend SP3 to anyone. If you want to use something that's like simple, the same performance as SP3, and really easy, you go for CleanRL. CleanRL is amazing. The only problem is it's not that fast because it relies on like gems, vectorization, and ems and stuff. So I made CleanRL fast. That's what I do in CleanPufferL. But for like, looking and using algorithms compared to SP3, oh, CleanRL all day. Cost is amazing. He does great work. Honestly, I don't think there's a single person in RL I can give a higher endorsement of than Costa. We're gonna run this on the local just to see if I broke something with PPO or if it's just the scaling. Yeah, that'll run. It's actually so funny to me as well because I thought CleanRL was bad code when I first looked at it, but that's because I'm an idiot. I was an idiot. And like Fang people will look at CleanRL and they don't get it either. And it's because they're bad. And it's so easy to understand as well. It's like, look, this is the sales pitch, right? Here is PPO for Atari. Okay? It doesn't import any other CleanRL things. It's just using Torch and Gymnasium, that's it. And it doesn't have 10 files. It doesn't have thousands of lines. Everything you need about PPO is in these 286 lines of code. And that includes all this arg parsing, and this M stuff, and the agent definition. And then the actual code for PPO is just here's your storage, here's your collection, here's your training. That's it. It's less than 200 lines. And there's some logging, and that's it. So this is everything that you need. I generally advise people to finish high school. If you're good enough that a legit startup, like a really good startup, wants you out of high school, right? Like when you finish high school, then you go for that. Fine. I'm cool with that. You can do that for a year. If it doesn't work out, you can go to undergrad, right? But I definitely advise finishing high school. You haven't, though, is the thing, because you don't realize that it's not a work requirement, it's a time requirement. All right? You haven't finished it until you actually get your degree or your diploma. If your high school will give you your diploma, then sure, that's a different story. But if you have to drop out of it, then that's a dumb idea. The other thing that I think is underappreciated, which I definitely didn't appreciate at the time, is just how much of like the social context and stuff for how shit gets done in the real world that you are missing when you are like 16. Like that takes till your mid 20s to kick in. So yeah, that's the other thing. You'll see. You're just missing. I guarantee you, if you're like your typical computer nerd type, who's like, even if you're good at math and programming and stuff, you're just missing a shit ton of context for like how decisions are made in the real world, like how stuff happens. You're missing, like you're seriously gimped on a lot of stuff that you're trying to do. That doesn't mean that you have to go down the normal route for everything, but I think it's a good idea to at least finish high school and then see if you can do it, right? See if you can go get picked up by a good startup or something. Yeah, and the thing is, it's not your fault either. You should be. Literally, if you're doing it correctly, you should be, right? Literally, one of the hardest things for me was writing college essays. Why? They ask you to write personal essays. It's like, motherfucker, I've been working 100 plus hours a week for the last 4 years. How the hell am I going to have had any time for personal development? I know how to do some math and I know how to write some code and I know how to, like, do my coursework and do research. That's what I know how to do. So it takes some time. Nah, dude, there's no way. I guarantee you, there's just no way. Well, yeah, that's probably true, but look, if you think you're good enough, right? Go through the process of trying to get trying to get a cool startup to get you to work on some stuff. Yeah, been there, done that. Tyler, didn't you just have to go didn't you just have to go set up Git recently? Sure, you can train him in physics. Oh yeah, your mental health is gonna be shit in high school. You took AP Physics, yeah. Now your mental health is just gonna suck in high school. That's just what it's gonna be. Go lift some weights. Did that help you at all? Yeah. I think it was generally a good idea to have like some understanding of basic physics. That was probably one of my favorite courses. It was actually well taught. It wasn't just taught to the AP curriculum. My high school didn't teach stuff just to the AP curriculum. I mean, they teach you enough stuff from that that you can go take the test, but they did some more. It was a good high school. Okay, so what happened between these two that's totally different? Too slow? Well, it depends on what else you're doing with the other hours in your day, right? Okay, yeah, so there's totally something screwy here. Like a 5. Everyone gets a 5 in calc, right? I mean, the AP exam should be pretty free if you're smart. Okay, I will say, I don't know, I only end up reminiscing when I talk to people that are still in that phase of their life, right? But the one thing that I did that I thought was pretty damn genuinely impressive was after I got into Stanford, I wanted to max out my transfer credits, right? So I wouldn't have to take a whole bunch of stuff in undergrad. So what did I do is I had like 3 months to study, all right, while I was finishing my courses, but I didn't have to worry about getting perfect scores and everything. I could drop a few points here or there. So I took 3 years worth of Spanish and 2 years worth of Chinese on my own in like 3 months, and I got 5s on the AP Spanish and the AP Chinese tests. I was the only non-Chinese person taking the Chinese test as well. The AP Chinese one is not. But to be fair, I think they cut you a little bit of a break if they can tell you're obviously not Chinese, because they're like, okay, yeah, okay, we get it. I mean, literally, it's like you walk into the room, right, and it's like, it's like 30 Chinese guys and this one white guy. It's like, what the hell? You're taking the AP in your own damn language. This Pong? Hang on, wait, this looks like Pong, doesn't it? Oh no, it's Breakout, but big progress. Learning, right? Yeah, something's definitely wrong because at least the initial run should have gotten a much higher score. Environment slash score. Oh no, this does get 6.7. Huh. Okay. And then 0005. Oh, this is very tight bound. Okay. How would I suggest you go start about? Go find some startups and cold email go cold email the CTO of startups. Go like cold email founder or CTO or CEO. I mean, you can attach one if you want, but you can also just like try to start conversations with people that lead to stuff, right? It's kind of better if you like start like an interesting conversation than if you just jump straight to like, here's my resume. I'd probably go look for stuff with like probably between like 10 and 100 people. That's probably a good size. I think Tyler's trying to get himself a cheap RA. He'll have to restream that. Restream. What? You know it. Listen to stream while working out. I have not bench pressed in 2 months. I get my rack tomorrow. I am looking forward to finally being able to do some proper lifts again. Got a lift. I get cables as well. So this is going to be we'll start the rebuild, and we're going to see. I think I'm going to take stuff a little easier at first on the, at least on the size of the weight, like as far as not going super heavy. I had a 265 bench before before pneumonia. I think that's pretty solid. 265 bench and can run a marathon. I was in pretty solid shape. This is so crazy how screwy it is. Done so much math, sometimes basic math is complicated. That's where these days improvements are. There's some very simple math in Puffer. There can't really be complex math in Puffer because I don't know any. Yes, I did multivariate calc in high school, and then I proceeded to do several more math classes. That when I say I don't know any math, the standard is very different, right? Yes, I probably took what, 6 or 7 different like math heavy classes in undergrad and college plus grad school and stuff. That still counts as knowing no math. You'll see. Figure fractal partial differentiation, fractal partial differentiations for cell similarity. I don't know how that would work. Fractional partial. Is the solution fourth order Ranjakutta? And the solution's Ranjakutta. Let me know if I got it right. What are we working on? So I would like there to be an automatic mode for hyperparam sweeps where you don't have to set scale parameters for all of your different hypers. So I'm working on that at the moment. They're better? That was the best I knew back then. Stop trying to understand math and you'll be much happier. That's funny. And as a PhD in AI, try not to work with shitty code bases and you'll be much happier. Memorizing? I didn't memorize anything. Barely. Really, really barely. Applied math is really interesting, yeah. I mean, we have some algorithms here, right? We got some Gaussian process stuff in the hyperparameter tuner. The new algorithm we came up with uses some stuff as well. It's like a variational RL, so what's it? You throw a Gaussian negative log likelihood on predicted value function or predicted mean and variance sort of value function. And then what was the other one I came up with? I think the other one was simpler. I was looking at doing expected improvement, but it didn't make sense for this. That should come like vibes. Gaussian optics. Gaussian processes? I don't know anyone who loves Gaussian processes. They're a pain in the ass. How do you get unstuck when stuck? I've seen you have been working on your own. Well, what's there to get stuck on? I remember when I was newer, when I was a newer programmer, I would get stuck on stuff for days and weeks. That very, very rarely happens anymore. I kind of just know how to do stuff now, you know? It's like you're gonna not have a bug if you don't make a giant ass mess of your code, and if you do have a bug, it's gonna be easier to fix. I generally have a pretty sharp intuition as well of what areas things are likely to work, what things are likely to be promising, what things aren't. I think high level intuitions I have on like where to steer RL, like what are the levers that I have to really lean on to make this stuff go forward. I think that intuition has been very, very much sharpened. So I don't usually waste massive amounts of time on like wrong projects. Oh, years of it, right? I mean, it mostly just comes about, it comes from giving a shit about a specific area for over a decade, right? And then like really thinking about like what it is that drives it forward, right? So, I don't read very many papers at all these days because I know most of them are wrong. But when I was starting out, right, I kind of like, I went through all the different areas of my field. I kind of like tried to develop the insight of like, okay, which of these areas are going somewhere, which aren't, which of these problems make sense, which ones don't. But I was really thinking not just about like my one thing, I was thinking about how do we push the field forward. And that's still how I look at a lot of stuff. Why didn't Decision Transformer take off? It's offline. You attracted a bunch of people. Did I? What are we at here? It only shows 3 on Twitch right now for me. I don't have a view count on YouTube, so I assume nobody's there. Well, X doesn't, it's not 141 concurrent. X just says it's total view count, so it's the total number of views since the stream started. So that number can go up to like 1,000 or whatever. No, I don't have 141 concurrent ever. I don't know how many I have on X ever, but with YouTube and Twitch together, sometimes it gets to like 10. Yeah, that's people getting served the stream, scrolling by it, or like tapping it on their sidebar, checking it really quick. Usually it's not that many concurrent. In general, through your work. Well, yeah, I mean that's something though that I've put effort into, right? The whole Neural MMO was a community project, and I had competitions around it. And then I've really put a lot of effort into promoting the stuff I do with Puffer on stream and on X, and I've put a lot of effort into making stuff simple and easy to use. I've put a lot of effort into user support. I've put a lot of effort into like supporting academic projects on this. Why don't watch these streams? Real-time programming. Well, the thing is, it's long form. It's very long form content, right? This is kind of just me doing my work throughout the day. So yeah, if you watch, specific things, you're gonna see like stuff that I do, but it's a lot of stuff to watch. And frankly, I don't really watch a ton of programming content outside of my work. It's kind of like I just think about my work a ton, and then when I'm done, I'm done. How many people are following PufferLib repo? Are people using it, contributing? Oh yeah. We just hit 1,000 people in the Discord today. And we have every day we have people asking stuff in there. We have over half of 2.0 is written by contributors. We just merged in another big environment. There's another giant environment that's getting merged in pretty soon as well. There are a few smaller ones that people have been working on. There's a lot of stuff. Defense got hella views. Well, I mean, that could have gotten a ton of views or could have not gotten a ton of views, right? I've done lots and lots and lots of different things over the years, and a few of them have got to blow up, right? I put a lot of effort into that defense as well. It was a pretty good talk. I put like no effort into my PhD thesis, like the actual manuscript. I put no effort into that thing, but I put a lot of effort into the talk, right? If I'd flipped it around, if I'd put all the effort into the manuscript, nobody was going to see that anyways. C environments are fun. C environments are fun. Okay, so this thing still doesn't work, huh? It's weird. Let's see. So hang on a second. I just want to see real quick what's wrong with these hypers. Attracted me in the summer. Yeah, I mean, I've been working on it since, it's been full-time since spring. Well, pretty well full-time. In the summer, I was also training to run an ultra, so that took a shit ton of time. But, yeah, I pretty much was just doing that and working. So batch size here is all over the place. Batch size here is the same. Learning rate is way more variable here. 0002. Learning rate's way more variable. In terms of working hours, how long do you think I should take to make my app should be taking? Well, it's going to take you a hell of a lot longer than it would take me, right? I would suggest you pick something that you can do in like 200 lines of actual C logic plus the boilerplate. Hey man, how's it going? Supposed to merge an M to Puffer a while ago, but got sidetracked. What M's did you have? I would, hey, we're always looking for new M's. Okay, so learning rate is too tightly bound right now. Definitely know that. Gamma too tightly bound? That would seem weird. I'm pretty sure these were the same, weren't they? Hang on, something's screwy with that. Hey man, it's like you don't owe me anything. It's just if you want the code review on stuff, you know, if you want the RL input, then you merge M's. That's how it works. Hey Bet, welcome. What the hell is wrong with this? So gamma's logic scaled, right? If we set this thing to auto, oh, 0.25 was 0.5. Oh, it is 0.5. Okay. Fine. I have to mute. What? Stupid thing. Why Claude plays Pokemon? What about Puffer plays Pokemon? Fix sweeps it? Yeah, sweeps work. Sweeps work pretty well. We're just putting some tweaks on stuff. Anthropic did a thing where they made Claude play Pokemon, and they horribly underperform our 5 million parameter model, courtesy of that guy. And Bet, and maybe a bit of my advising and a lot of my compute. Closer to 10 mil, same thing. A lot of my compute, yes. You've been restricted on boxes lately because we need, I mean, we're running stuff now. I would hope that you have found some stuff lately, but yeah, I think you're in a good spot. Some of my runs are just unstable. Is this my fault or is this your fault? Genuine question. My fault at this point? Alright, good. Less work for me. As long as it's not on me. Fuck it, we do this. When it comes your fault, then I'll complain again. Solid. Hey, I do screw stuff up occasionally. We're just trying to get the sweeps to be, we're trying to get like a decent default automatic scale on them. The no JE algorithm works as well. And it's actually, we've got a nice new dev branch for it. I'm going to merge everything to dev as soon as I fix this thing with sweeps. And then we're pretty much going to be ready to start running some hardcore experiments. So that'd be cool. Why does Peter only see my retarded tweets? I like occasionally I'm just feeling stupid late at night and it's like it's funny. Yeah, fair. GLSL. We have a couple shaders for the environments, you know? I mean, we're not barbarians. Yeah, fair. But if he ever has a scandal, he's got the perfect term for it. It's just elongate. Elongate. Look, us retards get stuff done. That's what I say. It's like, look, if I'm being stupid as hell half the time on stream and I'm still making the progress, then what are you doing? Right? You get back to building a WAP site. Oh, Puffer's got a pretty good one of those. Speaking of which, all this RL is free and open source on puffer.ai. Start the GitHub to help us out for free. Really helps. Discord and X as well. But this is pretty fun. This is just JavaScript and, well, this is all just CSS, HTML, and a little bit of JavaScript. And like we've got all these nice environments, you can click them, and like it loads the WASM, you can watch them doing stuff, right? Very nice. Script that pits Gemini against another Gemini versus GPD. That's fine. I've been using Grok a fair bit just for research lately, and it's been pretty decent. It's been pretty decent. Okay, so something is still not right here. Batch size is fine. 0002. Okay, so it's possibly just the learning rate, right? This totally could just be the learning rate. What's gamma look like? 9.6. Oh yeah, that's a reasonable sample. So gamma and lambda are gonna match now. Update epochs. T horizon, these can be like this, it's fine. Cost. Front. Value function coefficient. Is this one too? This is fine, right? Value function coefficient will be kill this. What? They're hiring. Lying about video games? What? Oh, the account. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. Do you think that he did the speed runs, but paid somebody to grind his like his leveling in his gear? I don't know. That was funny though. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Didn't play any. No, he plays a lot of games. That guy plays a lot of games. He doesn't sleep. Apparently I think it was before one of the launches or whatever. I think it was in his bio. He stayed up like all night playing Elden Ring with Grimes and then just went to his rocket launch. I don't know. That was funny as hell. That's probably fair. Pay with cursor. Ah. Man, I don't fucking want cursor. It's so shit. I wrecked my fucking nice code bases. All that garbage. You know, like, I do occasionally use the language models to try to generate code snippets for the fun of it, and they suck. You just write bad code. I literally have cursor muted as a keyword on X. Not working hands-on in every company. Probably not now that they're set up. Yeah. You probably, I mean, the way a lot of these things go, right, in engineering is it takes a lot of time to get the thing set up, and then it kind of runs itself for the most part, minus, some major decisions. LARP, Teeler was an expert. That was the new one, right? Was that PoE 2? I think that was PoE 2. That was weird. Which LLMs have you used? Claude, GPT, Grok. Look, I'd better be better at writing code than these things, right? I've spent my whole life doing this stuff. I can tell you they write shitty code. Yeah, they write better code than a lot of PhDs, but that's a bar so low you have to dig for it. Mm. Yeah, I mean, I'll show you the stuff I use Grok for it, but like, this is literally, I mean, it's like only a moderately helpful at best thing. Hang on. I mean, this is the thread I use for my GAE stuff, right? It's like, it's so verbose because it does all of its thinking. It does all of its damn thinking in the token space here, right? So it literally has to write everything out in order to think about it. So it's really, really verbose. I use it to see if I've missed background references. So sometimes it catches those. It brings up a bunch of irrelevant stuff a lot of the time. It's kind of useful sometimes at like hacking out and symbol substituting stuff. It generally gets derivations more or less correct. It proposes really stupid ideas that don't make sense in research terms at all. But like, yeah. I don't know. I try to stay off of politics with my stream and X and everything because ultimately this is all about the science. But you know, I like cool tech. Guy builds cool tech. So I'm not going to comment on political stuff, but I do like cool tech. No concept. We don't know everyone else. Yeah, I spent some time looking at vtrace. I mean, there's like pages and pages and pages of this. I mean, this is like a long thread. RL still new. Models aren't being trained on new tokens. The models aren't being trained on new tokens so much. You have to do a lot of filtering from what I understand. The internet is really polluted with like just garbage LLM outputs at this point. Anything that's like 2020, was it 2023 onward, it's kind of garbage. And I mean, I think Grok, they can train it on X, right? But then you're training on freaking X, which is like, I don't know, moderately better than training on Reddit, maybe. Didn't somebody train a model on 4chan? I don't know which one I'd rather, this one or the 4chan one. There was one on Instagram. Oh, that's like pure brain rot. Yeah, that's gonna be pure brain rot. Join Puffer AI. All right. You trained GPT-2 on 1.6. Well, that's not gonna do anything because it's GPT-2. How the heck is this still not getting reasonable samples? Yeah. I mean, if you want to see like here, I very briefly had a state-of-the-art language model. I think this was it. This was the whole code of it. That's it. I forget how big this model was. I think it was pretty small. It's like 60 mil or something. Oh, this poster's big. I forgot. Yeah, the poster's big. Eight years. Spend all day coding. Love having a solid model code while I review and plan. Oh no, I'm very protective of my code bases. I don't like anything dropping garbage in. And JS stuff. I've never been to a science fair. I've never been to one. I've never been to a hackathon either. That one probably surprises people. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, you guys are gonna go all sit in a room for the weekend and like, code for 36 hours, motherfucker. I call that a Tuesday evening. My early 20s, yeah, that's just called Tuesday evening. I'd like code for 14 hours, chill out for a couple hours, down a hip flask of whiskey, and call it a night. It was not a balanced undergrad, but I got a hell of a lot of stuff done. I don't know why this is not working so well. Which of these params is it going to be? Gotta be learning rate, right? 008, 002. Yeah, these are all way too low. I thought I matched this one. Yeah, I have this matched. Is it not taking for some reason? Scale and auto. No, this is fine. Maybe one of the other params is off, so I can't tell. Gamma. Gamma generally looks fine to me. Lambda generally should be fine. See ya. Oh, we have quite a few folks on Twitch at the moment. Welcome. We're currently diagnosing why the well, I'm trying to make some changes to this hyperparam sweep tuning algorithm. I'm trying to figure out why they're not playing so nice. These are fine. How did no JE work go? Working on matching the return. Oh, I got it working. It matches or outperforms on breakout. So we have a real chance at having that thing be a lasting contribution. I'm actually just cleaning up the sweep code a little bit now, and then we have like probably 5,000 to 6,000 experiments to run. I wish I had the new hardware already, but it's going to take some months in order to get the new hardware. I want to get 40, 50, 90 boxes. The new facility will be done in about a month, but it's going to take a while to get those cards. Months? Well, to get the new hardware. You can't just, like, it's hard to fulfill the orders now. First of all, they're not shipping enough 5090s, and second of all, there's a problem with them where they're sometimes catching on fire, so I have to figure that out. But we're getting a test box with one 5090, and I'm going to want to order 40 of them. But I'm not going to order them until I know that issue is resolved, because I'm not paying for 40 boxes that are going to melt. Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder, Bet. Yeah, for folks watching, if you're at all interested in RL and where it's going, just take a second to star the repo on GitHub. It really helps us when people star Puffer. It's like the main thing that we track. And I mean, this is the type of growth that we need to like keep pushing the project forward. So, you know, it's on puffer.ai. Really appreciate that. Thank you. I thought this one would be, honestly, I figured this one would be pretty easy to get working. I don't know what's wrong or off here. Better GP, AFG, 800 is way worse. You kidding me? Is there a perf chart anywhere? Where is it? Under T-flop. I don't know, somebody can go find the T-flops on this thing. But the 5090s are faster and cheaper. I don't know, actually, 800s are pretty cheap these days, right? 40 is huge. Yeah, 40 would be real nice. We have capacity for 40 machines. And I know where to get them at a 5% volume discount as well for the full machines. It'd be about 5,500 per box with a top-end CPU and everything per box. Electrician. No, we have it's set up correctly. It's a new facility that's wired for it. I would think it's still the learning rate here that's broken. When you're calculating no GE loss, you delay samples until you collect N samples. You delay longer than that anyways, even in JE. So it's the sampling is the same as before. Even in PPO, you wait until you collect like decent length trajectory segments. Otherwise, JE doesn't have anything to discount over. That's standard across all of online RL. Oh, there was a paper at NERP. Some guys said that they got it working. Oh, they got PPO or they got like RL working online without waiting. You can go find the paper if you want. I don't believe them, but maybe Grok will find it. I want to finish this first though. Yeah. 20 kilowatt inverter. Wires dryer plug. The capacity, ours is 40 kilowatt capacity, I believe. It's a kilowatt per box. So it's at least a 40 kilowatt capacity. I think it's a bit higher, maybe it's 50. I really don't understand why this is like this. It's scaled the same. Is there anything else that's like off? I don't think there is. Made it. Congratulations, you've survived. Oops. NVIDIA's pretty damn good about like taking the latest models and just optimizing them. Wait, B200 is 21,000 tokens per second. What? The chips aren't that much faster, are they? These chips are not 20 times faster than an H100, right? Oh no, yeah, this is software optimization here. Okay. That's funny. Go look at this other one in the meantime. Yeah, that's running. Hey, Spencer. We're chilling. Getting late, but we're still we're trying to figure out some sweep stuff. I got a nice clean dev branch. I have to merge it into dev proper. It'll probably be for tomorrow. Still have to figure out what's wrong with these sweeps. Sweeps are fine. It's just like specifically there's one tweak I want to make that's not working. I'm trying to think why. Yeah, for protein. And then we can really run this thing properly. Freaking Costa. This one's stuck at 50 because of its breakout with a small batch size or whatever. Learning rate here. These are all like 0.5s and 0.25s, right? Let me actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I wanna see which of these are way off. Protein. All right, so current ones, max random sample goes from min 70 mil to 140 mil. Is that it? Yeah, 141 mil. Batch. Learning rate. And entropy. Gamma, lambda. Oh, update epochs cannot sample. That's not good. Value functions, fine. It's fine. Okay, that's also fine. So O8. The only one of these that's O8 is going to be total time steps. The rest of these are fine. Yeah, I think it was just stuck on random noise, honestly. Yeah, you can see there it found one. The update epochs one's not good. Does Puffer hook into Majoko? Yeah, we have Majoko binds. Kyung set up, Kyung did a bunch of stuff on Majoko for us. We also have done Isaac Gym recently. We haven't gone crazy with Majoko or anything, mind you, like MJX, but we could. Pretty much we're gonna, like, the expansion into continuous control is gonna be client-based. So, like, if we get a couple of robotics clients, we'll do more stuff in that area. Because right now it's on the cards, like, it's in the cards, it's planned, but it's not planned, like, super urgent compared to all the other, like, fundamental core algorithm stuff we're doing. You know? Right, so this runs. This is fine. Yeah, it's totally the learning rate. Top floor mountain view. Top floor mountain view. Oh, hotel. Did you check new Risen AI Max? Unified memory. They're not going to have CUDA though, right? AMD's GPU drivers. Go look at George Hotz's stuff. AMD is fucked for AI. Like, even if they have the hardware, their software is so bad they could give you the hardware for free and that would still be too expensive. Isn't it wrong? Nope, it's cursed. Don't do it. Quite the dilemma here. I will email Eric John. I think I got an email. I got an invite to tour Figure HQ. I mean, the robotics people are cool, but here's the thing. I don't want anyone to hire me right now. I want people to hire Puffer, right? So if you want me doing RL stuff on, whatever application, you hire Puffer. It's cheaper that way for you as well, and you get the backing of all our crazy new open source methods as soon as they're out. Actually, I've got a great guy to put on new robotic stuff as well. Let me look at that one more time. So what did I set this to? I set this to 0.5 before, didn't I? Update epoch, which is an int uniform. .25. I mean, if you set this thing to 1, it becomes like Gaussian process-driven random search. This bothers me. This definitely bothers me. What is the heck? Wait, what the heck was it that was even linear in the first place? Because I didn't want it to be a power of 2, right? Maybe 0.5 is just good for this stuff. I actually don't know if that's even enough, right? 1, 2. I think there's a little work left to be done. But I do want to at least have something to run for now. So this is what I'm going to do. So linear to 0.5. 2 can be 0.5. Log can be this. Logic can be this. And what about total time steps? Total time steps is the only one that you actually have to be careful with. I can just do this for now. Just do 0.5 on everything. Okay, we'll see how that goes. That'll be interesting enough. We have the maze running. And we got the maze go. Grid. Yeah. So we'll see if this improves at all. I am gonna hop on the Discord for a quick conversation with some of the folks there, and then I'm gonna get some rest. So yeah, for the folks on Twitch, very close to having all the experiments all set up and running for all our next science side efforts. So if you want to just follow that dev process, or if you're looking to get involved in some open source RL, puffer.ai, start the repo, join the Discord, follow on X. Lots of content on here as well, including a quick start for beginners. It's a very nice resource. Some other posts. And there's more on the X that you can't find anywhere else as well. Other than that, I'll be back probably first thing in the morning. A lot more stuff to do on this.